Hello everyone, this is Matt from Real World Review, and today I wanted to say, as usual, thank you. I'm going on 7 years of doing Real World Review, and it's just me. And, well, I guess now these microphones too. I'm actually testing the audio. I'm using a Tascam Portacapture X8 and the DJI Mic 2, and I'm just trying to see if handheld will work. It looks like the Tascam is peaking. Maybe I can change that in post. I also don't know, like moving around, if it's making a bunch of noise. But either way, there is a bunch of noise around here anyway. People are working on stuff, birds are making noise, and it looks like there's people playing bocce over there. Sometimes there's people walking by, but either way, the whole point of this video is to let you know that I am thankful for everything that has happened. Let's pull out the old iPhone that everyone says that I love so much. Probably not you, the people that are watching these types of videos, but for the people that watch one video and that's it, yeah, they think that this is it. I am wearing a Pixel Watch as well. I'm using a, well, I guess Apple doesn't really make microphones to capture stuff. I guess I could do it from my iPhone, but I don't do that. I'm not even using an iPhone camera, so boom, roasted, I guess. But either way, we are at 32,948 subscribers. So maybe by the time this video comes out, or maybe by the time you see this video, we will be at 33,000, which is a lot. I mean, over 7 years of constant uploading, it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, it definitely is a lot. I do have to say the graph when it comes to, watch and stuff like that seems pretty standard. The craziest thing for me has to be the view count. If I look back in the last 365 days, this being September 13th, the day you see this will be September 14th, but the day that it is right now is the 13th. We are at 4,444,000 views. Obviously that includes shorts too, but that is quite a lot of views in 1 year. But the bulk of that is shorts, and the reason why I'm not too happy about that is because I don't really care too much about shorts. I mean, that's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on long form content like what you're watching right now. But it does bring in quite a few subscribers. When I look at my subscriber count in the last year, we got 8,025 subscribers, which is pretty nice. Welcome. And about half of those have to be from shorts, or at least those are, what's collected the most, I guess. And for me, making this channel and continuing to upload on this channel is a lot of work. I know it's only 1 day a week, which doesn't seem like much. Even when I say it, it sounds kind of insane to think like that's a lot to do. A lot of these videos aren't even made that week. For example, I just uploaded the Pixel 5 review the other day, and I made that in like April, June, I think. That video has been done for a long time. I just had one little piece that I wanted to do, and in that time I filmed a birthday, I filmed a wedding, and tomorrow I'm actually going to film another wedding. But in that time I had 2 opportunities where I could show off my cinema camera, and the whole point is I wanted it to be like on a cinema camera, actually from the camera that I'm recording on, not from like an iPhone or anything, just for that one shot. Yeah, that took me a couple months to really just get up and go do that shot. So these videos take a long time to make. Sometimes it seems like a lot, like if I'm publishing a review video every week, but I'm spending 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even months on that device. It is kind of weird that I can figure that out sometimes, but there are some times, like on Sunday, I'm going to be posting a repair video instead of a review video. So there are those moments, and ironically, that repair video only took like half an hour to make. But my focus, I feel like I keep saying this all the time, like I literally got this camera a couple months ago, but I got the Blackmagic 6K Pro over 2 years ago now, and I still haven't really filmed much for this channel on that. I honestly, maybe just clips, but I don't think I've ever filmed an actual video with that. So one, I want to focus more on making videos where using an actual camera seems more legitimate or has more purpose. Like it takes a lot of storage versus on like an iPhone. So whenever I record something, I want to make sure I'm getting something good and something I'm going to use, or I'm just going to end up deleting it. So I want to focus more on making just better content. I think my reviews are okay. They could definitely be better. But one of the recent reviews that I made, I was working on that one and, you know, just finishing the video, right? And when I published it, I asked family and friends, like, what do they think about the video? What can I change? You know, I always want to find something new that I can do. I don't think that my videos are perfect. Eventually, I want to get to that point, but I know that they're not perfect and I need to work on that. And when I was asking people, I had a friend that told me, like, it was okay. You know, it wasn't anything special. And normally I would get upset with that, but having rewatched it and, you know, focusing on it, I just didn't really have that same feel. Like, I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy it. And if I don't enjoy it, why would you enjoy it? So I don't really want to set a specific date because I do have a bunch of reviews that I'm still working on. But I think next year I'm really going to focus more on just, you know, pushing out the repair videos like I have. Nothing's really going to change about that. They're just repair videos. But when it comes to review videos and it comes to just like videos in general that I make besides the repair videos, I think I want to focus more on content and viewing that you would actually enjoy, rather than just saying, you know, it sounds good, it looks good, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. The whole idea behind Real World Review is that I'm just a real person reviewing products. You know, it's not a spec page. And I mean, that's not even what a review is. A review is not, here's a list of contents, that's it. I mean, if people are going to review food, they don't tell you the ingredients and go, you figure it out. You know, they tell you how it tastes and whatever. Doesn't even have to deal with the ingredients most of the time. I mean, obviously taste comes from that, but they're not explaining the ingredients and what they do. And I don't think that any review should be like that. I mean, obviously you should have some baseline. You know, for example, these both do 32-bit float, but what does that even mean? All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw this on my timeline and I'm gonna put this on a video. I'm not really gonna change anything. I might make it a little bit louder and a little bit quieter, but you know, what else is there to do for the average person? I wanna really just refine my review process and focus on making content visually more appealing or more meaningful. Like, I don't want to go super crazy when it comes to like the video look. I don't want it to be like, you know, super cinematic, but I want to make it a little bit better to where it's something that I would enjoy making. I've been filming these videos and, you know, sometimes I'll make a video and it's just like, well, I don't have a lot of time. I want to publish it on Sunday. I want to get it out. You know, I want to be done with this project. Like, I've had some where I spent so much time working on it that by the time I released it, there was something else that kind of outdated or kind of contradicted what I was saying. And if it's something where like I make the iPad Pro video and then 2 or 3 months later Apple releases a new iPad, it doesn't matter because at that point I was talking about what we had right there. But I've literally made a video where it was like that week or a couple days later, an update came out for a phone. And people were complaining about it. And, you know, not that I really care too much about that, but there is some merit to that where if you release something or publish something, it should be accurate to that date. For example, right now, if I were to publish a video on, say, like a iPhone XS or newer, when we have iOS 18 coming out on Monday, people are going to complain about that. They're going to be like, well, what about iOS 18? Even if I don't even talk about the software most of the time, the amount of people talking about Android 14 on separate phones is more than a handful of phones. So it's weird, but you have to figure out a balance of making a video quick, but also making a video good. And trying to do that at the same time can be difficult. So I want to really sit down and focus, and there's a thing called evergreen content, and pretty much what that means is, how I see it at least, is if you publish something today, it's still going to be accurate a year from now or 2 years from now. I hear about people talking about evergreen content, but here's the thing. I made the iPhone 13 Pro video, and you know, some people, honestly, I think one person took it as like, you know, anti-iPhone 13 Pro. I remember that happening and I disabled monetization because I didn't want to make money off a review that felt like a hit piece, I guess. I don't know. I mean, certain things like the LG V60, the phone sucks. It's 40 years old, okay? Just get over it. There's other ways to do stuff. I'm not even filming on a phone right now. Like, you can do other things and still get the same results. I don't know if I'd recommend something like this over this, but ultimately, I mean, there's ways to solve that. There's ways to go to a Pixel 9 Pro and still get the same things as an LG V60, and you get a way better phone. Either way, I'm kind of going on a rant. I want to focus more on making content that everyone will enjoy. I want to make content that's more long lasting. And I think that starts with maybe not making a review video when the phone comes out. For example, I have the Pixel 9 Pro XL and I have a Pixel 9 as well. I haven't even finished the unboxing video and I haven't written the scripts for the reviews yet, because I think you need time. Like, for example, with the iPhone 16 Pro, all these people are going to be releasing videos before the phone even comes out. Apple Intelligence isn't out. iOS 18.1 isn't out. You know, all this stuff isn't out. And then I think the idea is for everyone to make a video that's not going to mean anything in a year, then make another video when Apple Intelligence comes out, which is probably not going to mean anything in a year. And then maybe they'll go crazy and make like a 6 months after video, you know, focusing on that. And I think what really needs to be focused on is similar to what I do with this channel, is it's not that I'm buying a brand new device and reviewing it. I mean, I do that for some, but the idea is to continue reviewing it over time and explain what the upsides and downsides are. Could you imagine, like, the iPhone 7, you know what I didn't talk about? I didn't talk about the audio IC. I didn't talk about the baseband chip. You know why? Because none of that was happening when I had the iPhone 7. It was a new phone at that time, I think a little bit before the iPhone 8, but like nobody was having those issues. Now, if I make a review on that, I can tell you, don't ever buy the iPhone 7. There's no reason to, for many reasons. Obviously, it's an old phone, the battery probably sucks, but it's like the fact that we know this information now, we don't know it in the beginning, and it's not evergreen content. And that's why I still will publish a review video when it comes out, but that's why I want to talk about right now what's the issue with these phones. As someone who does repairs on phones and, you know, has plenty of different versions of that phone, it's not like I just have one phone. Like, for example, I have the iPhone 12 mini, and I think I've done a review on 3 of those phones, like 3 separate phones, still the 12 mini, but 3 separate phones, just so you can see kind of like a broad spectrum of like what you can experience, not just buy a phone, let it sit for a year and then review it again. So I think that's the issue with just reviews in general, is you make one review and that's it. I mean, look at cars. You make a review when it has 10 miles on it, 20 miles, you know, even 1,000 miles on it, has nothing to do with 100,000 miles or 150,000 miles. I mean, there are people that are going to buy a car with 90,000 miles and they wonder, what are going to be the issues? You know, what's going to be the future with that? And I wish we had more focus on that. And that's why I try to focus on this. I mean, this is a little bit different. I've had this phone for 2 years. So when I make this review video, it's going to be more realistic, I guess. Whereas I have a phone that was released and then maybe sat for 6 months, or maybe it was used for a year and sat for 2 years, and then I finally start using it. Or maybe I changed the battery, maybe I changed this or that. At least I can tell you in the video, but it's hard for me to say something that's like, okay, this phone is, the battery life's still good, and then you buy a phone and you're like, the battery life sucks, it's terrible. But it's because you bought a 3-year-old phone. I bought a 1-year-old phone that was used, that is 3 years old, but I only used it for a year. So it's stuff like that that I kind of want to address, and I want to figure out a way to make a review that actually is evergreen, but also not just like, you know, a full spec page. Because I don't think that's what a review is. I think that's a report. That's literally a spec page, okay? So reviews are going to be opinions, and that's how that works. If you don't like my opinion, I highly recommend doing exactly what I'm doing. Make a video and see what other people's opinions are. But with this long rant, this 20-minute rant that I'm probably going to shorten down to like 10 minutes, I just want to say thank you all for being here for 7 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. Or maybe you just started watching this video for some reason because YouTube is like, here, watch this video. I don't know. Either way, thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoy any future videos. Just pre-ordered the iPhone 16 Pro, so I'm going to be daily driving that one. And then I have the Pixel 9, 9 Pro XL. I don't know, maybe this is a 1+ year. Maybe with the 13, I might get that one. We'll see. But again, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks for watching.